Yo, what's going on? We bring y'all back to the basic. It's your boy, it's me, EP.
You dig. It's your boy, Duke. You already know how we coming. You feel me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, yo?
We appreciate y'all for tuning into the first one.
For sure.
Trust me, it's going to be better than the last one.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of love. A lot of people came and commented. So continue to go subscribe to our page on YouTube if you guys want to go watch that previous episode. Everything should be on Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms. But before we get into anything else, let's go into that first sponsor real quick.
Yeah, we got our first sponsor today. Love Yours by Lee and Lex. Two naturally beautiful soul sisters who came together to create a beauty line specializing in natural organic products that will encourage ladies, babies, and men to embrace bare faces, buttered bodies, healthy hair, and scalps, luscious lashes, and restoring nails. All handmade with peace, love, and sunshine. Their top selling product is OG Sun Glow and OG Sun Glow Sensitive. All in one organic magic to help with aging and wrinkles and reducing the appearance of blemishes, killing bacteria that causes acne, improving wound healing, and retaining moisture. Explore our other organic products and stay tuned for upcoming goodies. Connect with them on Instagram and Facebook at Love Yours Lee and Lex LLC. What's up, man? Let's get into some current events. What's going on right now? It's a lot going on right now.
It's a lot going on right now. One thing I really want to touch on is something we all just heard about. Prayers and love goes all out to my man DMX. He's right now fighting for his life. He's not doing too well. So, and that kind of goes into our topic, right?
Definitely shout out X, and it's definitely going to go on our topic. You feel me?
So what we talking about today?
The topic today is on struggle.
Yeah, that's the struggle.
Everyday struggle, life struggle. Whenever somebody hears struggle, they only think of people being broke and being poor, but we here to let y'all know and talk about some other struggles that people go through. I guess we could start off. I started off, I guess. So.
Yeah, let's start it off.
My struggle that I struggle with, that I come from, I started working, not just working, but paying bills early. Like I started paying bills like 15, 16.
Okay.
And I've been paying bills ever since. And I know some people who struggle, and go through that, understand that, but to some people, when you 15, 16, and you look at a 15, 16-year-old, you don't think that they should have that responsibility of being like, okay, this is due, or this is that. Or you come home and you see mom sad and mom crying, or going through this or going through that. And now you as a young man and being the man of the house at that time, you got to try to figure out a way to make it happen. Because you don't want it to just rely on mom or your sister or anybody like that.
Especially for you, because around that time, you kind of became the man of the house, right?
Yeah, around 15, 16, you feel me? My dad was in prison. So, and him and my mom already weren't together at that time. So it was just me having to grow up and be a young man faster at 15, 16, rather than just being a regular 15, 16-year-old playing sports, having fun and, using that money that you're working for, that you got to spend on clothes, or all that other stuff, food. That's where mainly all your money go when you're younger. It's
facts. On food, at 15, I can't even remember what I was spending my money on, bro. Like at 15, 16, I don't even think I had a car yet. I didn't get a car till like my senior year. I was like 17 by then. So
yeah, so
same
it was
thing.
hard.
I started working early too. But I got a job because I wanted to get a job, not because I had to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a different like view on like my situation than yours, because like you said, you felt like you had to start working. I got a job because like for me, I wanted to start buying my own stuff. Like I was tired of like I get it, the same thing. Like for me, I ain't grow up like rich. Like that's further from the truth.
Right.
But I wasn't going to say that I was poor. There's been times where we kind of struggled too financially, whether like around that time people were getting laid off around like 2012. We were in like a sort of like recession type thing.
I remember that. Remember when we was at your party 2012 and everybody thought the world was about to end the next day or something like that? I remember that. that. That was 2012, right? When you had a party in your backyard?
That was definitely around 2012.
Because that's when everybody was the world about to come to an end tomorrow or something like that.
Because the world was supposed to end the day after my birthday and stuff.
So I'm like, dang, this is going to be our last party.
Facts. But crazy thing is, I think around that time, my dad was working for a company, and I think, again, that's when it was like a recession. And I think this is around the time where he kind of got laid off. So my mom was like really the only one that was working, even though he does like commercial refrigeration. So that's a job that's always in demand and stuff like that. So he already had like his customers that he had on the side.
Right.
But he didn't have like those big like customers that he would get when he was working for this company. So I'm saying that's a struggle that we had to go through. So like I remember there was times where I'm like, yo, it was certain stuff that I couldn't get as a kid. There were certain things that we couldn't really do because like it was only my mom working like full time. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad still was working, but like he ain't had that income that he had before.
Right. It wasn't like steady. It was he was working here, working there,
exactly.
Handling this or doing that, and then
right.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't coming fortunate. In every single
exactly
week or 2 weeks or whatever it is.
Right. So it was. Everybody has their struggles, but I mean, like I said.
So, like, what would you consider your main struggle to be?
Me,
as far as whether it was your main struggle growing up or your main struggle now.
I feel like I can honestly say my biggest struggle was because I grew up with my stepdad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think my biggest struggle comes from my relationship with my dad, my biological father.
So you're
right?
Your real dad, right?
Yeah. So growing up, right, I always knew that like even now, like I know my dad loves me to death, right? My dad would probably do any and everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, like even to this day, like I started realizing, I'm like, bro, yeah, my dad did what he could, but I feel like my dad definitely could have did a lot more than what he was doing, right?
Right.
Like I as I got older, I started realizing I'm like, yo, I'm always the one that was like reaching out to him. Like anytime I ever wanted to talk to my dad, 9 times out of 10, I was calling him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and the phone worked both ways.
Exactly. And I'm like, bro, I started thinking, I'm like, bro, even today, I'm like, bro, I'm the child, you the parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like when I become a parent, it ain't nothing that's gonna keep me from talking to my child or calling my child just on a daily basis. Like, yo, you good?
Right.
Yo, what's up? What's going on? How was school? What's new? Like, even though me and my dad live on 2 totally different coasts and stuff like that, I'm over here on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's on the West Coast. Even if like I know for me as a parent, it's just not gonna be days where I'm not talking to my child. You know what I'm saying? But my dad also has his own struggles, and there's reasons for why. There's reasons for everything that happened.
There's reasons for anything that happens in life.
There's reasons for everything.
Also, everybody's struggle that they got going
exactly.
on. You feel me? But like you said, you wouldn't feel like if it was your child, you'll be doing your thing.
Yeah, like whatever. And also, like another thing is like, just because I moved out to PA when I was 10, so I was like 5th grade, right? So I've been out here. I'm 23, so I've been out here 13 years,
mm-hmm.
right? And every year, I was always flying out maybe 2 to 3 times to Vegas just to go see my dad and my family on the West Coast and stuff. That's all in Vegas.
Right.
And I can count on one hand how many times he's actually come out here to see me, right?
Right.
And it was all of 3 times, right? The first time he came out here was for Thanksgiving one year,
mm-hmm.
right? Second time was for our high school graduation when we graduated. And the third time I remember seeing my dad out here was when my cousin was shot and killed.
Right. So yeah,
so
that's
you telling me 13 years you only came out here to see me? And I get it. It's probably cheaper to fly me out there than it is for him to bring him, my stepmom, and my sister all out here.
Right.
But again, it's just that effort. Like,
right,
even if you would have came just by yourself for the weekend just to come pick me up, you know what I'm saying? Because it's still a lot of family that I have out here that I still don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't meet my family, like his side of the family, until I moved out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And my grandpa, he showed me around, and he started introducing me to all my family and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like, growing up, I'm like, dang, how come I ain't never meet your family?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always grew up with my mom's side of the family. Well, how come you ain't never take me to meet your side?
Mm-hmm.
How come I don't know, like, my roots out in Philly and stuff like that? How come I don't know my way around and stuff like that? Like, that's stuff that I'm always thinking about. I'm like, yo, that's kind of like my struggle. It's just like, it's a lot more stuff that I wish I would have known, and I wish that my parents would have shown me as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think also, like, I'm also learning a lot about myself now because I felt like my parents also tried to kind of shelter me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like 2 different worlds, right? So like when I was at my dad's, he was never shelter me. He was like, yo, this is how it is. He was never
just showing you cut through. Like this is like
he wasn't censoring nothing. Like he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm back at home, it's yo, nah, you can't do that. You're not about to see this. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I wish it kind of.
I was watching a movie, your mom cover your eyes on the sex part.
Facts. Where my dad was like, no, he didn't care. Like it's not that he didn't care, but it's just like he wasn't
trying to hide it from you.
Yeah, it was kind of like desensitized, right?
I think it's dope. That's like different though. Like I still get uncomfortable. Like if I'm watching something, or like Power come on and my mom watching. And
facts. Like when I'm with my mom,
somebody having sex, I'm like, I don't want to see that because my mom right here. Right. Like that's just weird. So I get why, you feel me, how roles are reversed, because roles is reversed a different way. Like if you was a girl and your dad was watching that,
it probably would have been way
as
different.
A girl, he would have been like, nah, you're not watching that.
Because the way he interacts with my sister, my sister is 10 now. She'll be 11 this year. Mm-hmm. She'll be 11 in December. And the way he interacts with her, I can't say that I get jealous, but then I'll be like, dang, I kind of wish I had that relationship with him that they have together, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I used to wish that my dad used to come to like my football games and my track meets and stuff like that. Whereas my sister does dance, she does gymnastics, she does karate, and he's at all those events, and I'm happy for her because like I want her to have that interaction with him and stuff like that, and have those moments that she can, when she gets older, she can look back on and be like, oh yeah, my dad was here. My dad was always at my events. Whereas like, for me, I wish my dad was at these events. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, definitely. So everybody, like we're saying, has a different struggle. Like I think part of my struggle comes from poverty, but everything doesn't come from that because I wasn't dirt poor. You feel me? Like I wasn't to the bottom where we didn't have anything. Like even though we didn't have much, you feel me? I was just talking to my mom about this today. Like we didn't have much at all, but my mom always was giving.
Right.
Like always was giving something to somebody, and I ain't always like that because I'm like, yo, we don't even, like you cooked a Sunday dinner
and you giving it all away.
I only ate one plate. I couldn't even get a second. I can't even get one for later because you done gave it to everybody outside on the street.
Nah, you know what you should have been doing? Like you should have been making your plate and then tucking it in the refrigerator.
Nah, like, but I wasn't expecting that. Like, she'd give something to everybody, and it's like we don't even have that much. So when I look at it in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, you know what, that ain't my only struggle because that wasn't. It wasn't. We was poor, but we wasn't super poor because she was still finding a way to give to everybody.
But you know what though, your mom was real like community based. You know what I'm saying? Like she was. That was her main thing, right? Because like anytime
I wouldn't say community based, I would just say she real like, she like all people.
This is what I'm saying, right? So anytime I go to the hood, right, it's always people just like chilling at your crib. You know what I'm saying? Like your house is right there on the corner, so like everybody's always chilling right there. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like most parents, most people would have been like, oh, y'all gotta go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like your mom like
sometimes she be telling them they gotta go, but then sometimes she don't be caring because she like, you know, like they don't. I mean, I guess they look at me and my family a little bit different. Like they look at me as, like I said the last show, like I'm different.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I'm not about to be out here in the streets. So I'm not about to be this. You feel me? And then they look at my mom like, man, that's his mom. And he different. So we gonna treat her with this utmost respect. Like when I wasn't here or like when I was at school or at college, they would be like, yo, like they would call me if something was going on at my crib, or they would be like, nah, we got your mom. She cool. You feel me? And my mom would be like, oh, I needed this today or I needed that. But such and such outside made sure I had it, or they helped me carry these groceries in, or they helped me do this, or they helped me do that. So I'm like, damn, like that's deep. You feel me? Because I ain't here.
Right.
And I'm the only man in her life. You feel me?
And plus at the time, your mom was by herself, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was living by herself because my sister already had moved out.
Yeah, your sister was already out, so she was just by herself.
So people would help her carry groceries in, or they would help her like if her tire popped or something, they would help her because they'd be like, man, he ain't here to help. So I always appreciated that. But also part of my struggle comes from like what you had said, like you the child, you feel me? And then they the parent.
Yeah.
So when you the child, you don't want to be forced to do stuff that you feel like a parent should do.
Facts.
You feel me? Like for me, it's like I'm the child, but I'm the financial person in my home.
Right.
Like it don't even matter what it is. regardless if you're in my family, you're going to come to me. Whether you need $1 or you need $100.
Yeah.
I don't go a week without getting a phone call from somebody saying,
and I had to go through that
something,
too.
like something. It don't matter.
Now that you speak on that, that was one of my biggest struggles, right? Was that I was that big hearted person, right? That everybody knew, oh, if I call E, he gonna be like, yeah, right? And it got to the point where I'm like, bro, I can't keep doing this, right?
Right.
Because everybody was like, yo, E, I need a ride to such and such. Yo, E, can you send me this amount of bread? Yo, E, can you let me hold $20 till tomorrow?
At some point you gotta be like, no.
And
no, and then you gotta understand that when you say no, you gotta mean no.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like I would say no to my mom, and people like, how you say no to your mom? It's like, because if I know my mom just got X amount of dollars,
facts,
in the past week, and I know what bills is paid and how much they cost and what need to be paid,
right?
And then I done gave you whatever you needed from me, and then you coming back again, I gotta say no.
Facts.
You feel me? Or if you my mans or whatever, and I ain't talked to you in 2 weeks, but you hit me back like, yo, I need this. No, you're not getting that. Or my uncle or my dad or my cousin. It don't matter. Like I gotta say no for me and my sanity, because it's like, if I keep saying yeah, then everybody who I know was going to be like, oh, I'm just going to ask him. I'm just going to ask him.
And I was always that go-to person, bro. And I got, at one point in time, I'm like, bro, I had to really sit back and think. I'm like, bro, out of all these people that's coming to me, asking me for X, Y, and Z, how many people can I call right now if I really needed something?
Facts.
And they'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way.
Oh, you talking today.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you talking today.
I'm like, bro, I probably had 10 people hit me up at one point asking me, yo, E, can you send me X amount of money? Yo, E, can you give me a ride here? Yo, E, can you do this for me? Yo, E, can you do that for me? Right? And I was like, bro, out of all these 10 people, how many of these people will actually do the same thing for me if I needed it? Right? And one time I started testing this theory out. I'm
and
like,
not even that, they will do it. It's, can they do it? You feel me? Like, can they actually do that?
No, I'm not. They probably can. It's not about if they can. Will they do it, though? Because a lot of them won't.
Right.
A lot of them just see it as, yo, he doing a little something. He got a little, you know what I'm saying? He got a new job. He working this. He working that. He always at work. I know he got some money. Let me just ask. You know what I'm saying? And to what you were saying, yeah, it's sometimes it's not about will they do it. It's can they do it. Sometimes they not in that financial situation to do the same thing or reciprocate that same energy, right? But if you can't reciprocate that same energy, you don't need to be in my immediate circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my thing is, I'm all about giving and receiving, right? I don't have no problem giving, but relationships, no matter whether it's a friendship, family, or a romantic relationship, right? Everything is always a give or take. And if I'm giving out and I'm feeling like it's always a give, and I'm not getting anything in return, then what are we doing this for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
I can't just always give, because, like, bro, if I'm giving, bro, I'm gonna get tired. I'm like, bro, I'm doing all this and I'm not getting nothing in return.
Nah, that's fact.
Not even so much as like sometimes it wasn't even a touch as a thank you, bro. Like sometimes all I wanted was a, yo, E, look, I know you gave me X, Y, and Z. I appreciate you, bro. Sometimes my dad always taught me, right? If you give out money, never expect that money to get to be given back, right?
Right.
Because if you give it out and you respect it back, sometimes that can tarnish a relationship, right? Whether it's a friendship.
Well, money definitely could tarnish anything.
Money can definitely tarnish a relationship,
anything.
Right?
Money is the reason why a lot of people get divorced, so that definitely could mess up everything you got.
Right?
So
sometimes I'd rather just be like, yo, chalk that little $20, chalk that little bean, whatever. The friendship is more important.
Man, chalk that little bean?
Sometimes you gotta be like that, bro.
Chalk that little bean?
I mean, it ain't a little bean.
That's a little bean. Come on now.
But $100 ain't worth nothing nowadays.
I know I need to go to Foot Locker. I need to quit what I'm doing. You talking about chalk that little bean. I'm not chalking no bean. But I don't even care how much beans I got in my pocket. I'm not chalking no little bean. Not me.
But my thing is, though, sometimes the friendship is more important than that $100, bro.
No, not chalking no bean.
You tripping.
Sorry. All my friends know I ain't chalking no bean. Not no bean. Nope, not me. Not this guy. With $100? You want me to sit up here and tell you, yeah, I give you this $100. I know I ain't getting it back. No, when you giving me this $100 back? Because that's when I expect it. If you telling me you giving me my $100 Wednesday, I'm texting you Tuesday night.
See, that's the thing though.
Have my money tomorrow.
That's the thing though.
I'm not giving out no $100.
My thing is, right,
my mama got to pay back $100. Y'all tripping. I don't care about none of that. I'm struggling. It ain't even got nothing to do with me being rich, me being poor. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm not chalking. No, I don't care if I got $100 million. I'm not chalking $100. It's the principle. It's the principle.
The principle.
If I let you slide off $100, I gotta let them slide off $100, and then them slide off $100. Then come on, that's too. That's too many hundreds. I'm letting everybody slide on. It's a slippery slope, baby. I'm not letting nobody slide. You can get back to what you're saying, but you messed me up when you said a little bean. I never even seen a little bean. Only little bean is something that grow in the ground. That's a little bean. Ain't no little $100 bean. No.
Yo, you a fool, bro.
No, you talking about a little bean. If y'all got little beans out there,
send them this way.
I take that. Y'all got little. Oh, I mean, y'all had this little bean. Yeah, give it to me. I will take that.
I'm crying. No, because I was just saying, like, yo, I've had a situation, right, where I almost fell out with one of my best friends over some money, and I had to realize, I'm like, bro, do I really care about this money or a friendship that's over 13 years?
It's the principle.
It is the principle, but sometimes you just gotta take that one to the chin, bro.
It's the principle.
And I'm not saying it's not the principle.
I'm not taking nothing nowhere. Pause. I'm not doing that because it's the principle.
It is.
Now if it's $10, $20, cool. You know, I chalk that up as an L, charge that to the game. Mm-hmm. You telling me that's a 3-digit number. $100.
Hondo.
I'm not chalking that up. I'm not charging that to the game. No, that could go a lot of places. Gas is already $100 to fill your car up. You telling me I'm about to give you $100 and just say I ain't getting that back?
Yeah, we gotta do something about gas prices. This is getting ridiculous.
Now we're gonna talk about how poverty, right? How people look at poverty. That struggle is the only struggle that's glorified.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Rappers is like, oh, I came from the mud, or I got it out the mud, or, you know, I did all this. And it's like, that's the only struggle in life that's glorified, because granted, you've been counted out and you wasn't expected to make it, but you're not the first person to make it in that situation.
Right.
So but you can't just only glorify that when it's a bunch of it's a bunch of different struggles in this world.
Facts. You know what's crazy about that struggle, right? You see a lot of people that grow up in 2-parent households that are financially stable, but want to live that life, right? They want to come from poverty. They want to come from the struggle. I'm like, bro, it's cool to it's cool to not struggle.
I didn't even know that it was cool to struggle until I got to college.
Yeah,
until I got there and people was like, what? Oh, you ain't had no this. I ain't had none of this.
Right. They be trying to run up you like, bro.
You like, it's cool now? Back in the day, you ain't want to have nobody over if you only had the TV that only had 6 channels.
Yeah.
Now, you 22, you like, man, I only had 6 channels as a child.
And they try to run up you. Oh, you had 6 channels? I ain't had no bed growing up.
Right. You like, that ain't cool that we was struggling like this, y'all. That ain't cool. You feel me?
No,
and then this is another little talking point. The people who come from poverty and that want to one up everybody get mad at the people who didn't struggle in poverty. You feel me?
How you mad at somebody that was financially stable?
I was one of those people though. I would be like, oh, you talking about you struggling? You ain't struggling, boy. You got a car at 17 or you got this, or you just moved out and got an apartment. You ain't got no struggle, or, you know, you had Balenciagas already, or you had this.
Facts.
I ain't have none of that. How you talking about you struggling? You ain't struggling. Until I looked at it like, man, they might have all that, but you feel me? Like I seen on TV, right? I was watching the Love and Hip Hop joint with right?
Right.
The little, what they had, like family reunion type joint, some little joint that they was just trying to have.
The Love and Hip Hop reunion joint?
Yeah, some little joint, right?
Yeah.
We was watching that joint, right? I ain't gonna lie, right? I was really watching that John though.
Oh, you was tuned in?
Yeah, I was tuned into that John, right? Carly Red and her daughter was beefing on there because her daughter never had Carly, which is, you feel me, her mom. She wasn't there in her life every day.
Right.
Feel me? But that girl, Carly, went out and made sure that she had everything. She ain't want for nothing. Right. Never. No food. She ain't want for no clothes. She had all the top designer clothes. She had everything. That girl growing up now, dealing with a totally different struggle, it ain't even got nothing to do with the designer and the lifestyle. It's the fact that she ain't even have no love in her household with her mom.
Exactly. And it's
but
funny
we would look at them, right? If you was poor and I came from that, you'll probably look at me like, ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. You got $300 shoes on. You got $500 t-shirt.
Right.
You ain't struggling. I don't got nothing.
Down. Right.
But in your household, your mom love you to death. Exactly. Your mom scratching and crawling to try to make ends meet for you.
Exactly.
And she love you. She there. She here to hear your problems, everything. But this girl, mom, ain't nowhere to be found. Partying, doing whatever she got to do.
And
but
she probably in the house all by herself.
And making sure she just got this check.
Exactly. And that's a different struggle, right? And that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? You can have all that. Yeah, that's cool. But if you're not getting no love and stuff like that, then that affects you in the long run, right?
In the long run, bro.
Because, right? So you grow up, you got all this stuff. Now all your relationships are materialistic, right? Because that's how you associate love, right?
Yeah.
Is by getting all these materialistic things. And once you get into a relationship, they struggle because they getting all these materialistic things, but they don't know how to love for real because they didn't get no love in the household.
And they don't know how to accept love. They don't know how to experience when somebody loved them and somebody is actually there for them.
So what do? 9 times out of 10, they start pushing away those people that actually love them because, like you said, they don't know how to.
They don't want them to get too close because they feel like they're gonna get hurt or they're gonna get this. You know, these is
they feel like they gonna get left.
Yeah, they feel like they're gonna be left alone again, and that's a struggle that they got to deal with. But who are we to tell somebody that they struggle is not real?
Right.
You feel me? Who are we to tell somebody that, oh, you're not really struggling? You don't really got this going on, or that's not affecting you? Because like I said, I was one of those people who would look at somebody and be like, you ain't got, until I realized, like I grew up and matured and was like, nah, they struggling. They got this going on.
Something, you pick up on certain things. You're like, yo, something not right about that person. It's something that you pick up on those types of energy, right? And those types of auras. It's like, you can tell, like, somebody, you might have everything that you want, but like that person misses something, right? And that's what that type of struggle is they lack love, they lack affection, and they go looking for that somewhere else, right?
And I remember talking to my boy, and he was the first person I heard this from, and then I just heard this from like recently, not talking about me, but just saying in general. Somebody was talking to my boy, he go to Kutztown or whatever, and they was like, yo, it don't matter what you want. Your mommy and daddy gonna make sure you got that anywhere. Make sure you got that. And he was the first person who I heard was like, y'all mad at me because my mom and dad was handling their business to give me a good life? When y'all want to have a kid and give y'all kid a good life, so why y'all mad at me?
Right.
Because my mom and dad doing that. You feel me?
It's the funniest thing ever, bro.
I'm like, damn, that's right deep. Though. We mad at him because they mom and dad is doing what they got to do.
They not doing what they got to do. They doing what they supposed to do.
Our parents not really handling their business too good. You feel me? Whether it's handling their money right, whether it's working hard enough, whether it's doing whatever they got to do.
Right.
So we taking that out on them. That ain't got nothing to do with them. They just reaping the benefits of what they mom and dad doing.
Which camera am I looking at when I see this? I'm gonna look at this camera right here. Don't be mad at me because your mom put all this stuff in your name and credit, and now your credit fucked up.
Damn, you just took it. You be like, you be here.
I had then to take
just
it there,
take off on them, though.
But no, because that's real. That's a struggle, though.
No, that's a struggle, but you just take off on them, though.
I had to. I had to throw that in there real quick.
She's a runner. She's a track star. You just started going. You just started going, though.
I was just saying. Don't be mad at me because my parents did everything they could to make sure I had a good life. And your mom was out here doing God knows what, running up your credit and you 23 with a 200 credit score.
That's facts though.
That is
because
facts.
that do happen.
That
to
do
people,
be happening.
But it's like it's just so much that like I don't know why people like me or myself or people where I'm from, we just get so mad at other people because it's not their fault.
But you know what that is
because we want to grow up and give them those same opportunities. Like we look at somebody like, man, you got a pool in your backyard. You got 2-car garages. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You ain't got no struggle.
Facts.
Then when we grow up, yo, what you want? What kind of house you want? A pool in the backyard, 2-car garage.
Facts. Because you want my kids to not want for nothing.
So why are you mad at them?
Right. And you know what's funny, bro? Now that you mention that, right? You've been to my house. You see how my house is, right?
It's a nice house.
It's a nice house.
Nice backyard.
Nice backyard.
Nice driveway.
And I got a pool.
Nice pool. But
right, growing up, everybody used to be like, they would see my house, they'd be like, "Oh, you rich? Oh, you got a 4-bedroom house with a basement and a pool in the background." And I'm like, bro, I'm like, yo, like that's cool and all, but y'all don't remember when I was living in a 2-bedroom house with like 6 people in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother is sharing it. It's not even a full bedroom.
That's 3 people a room.
Bro,
my math ain't that bad now.
Listen, it was like 5 people in this house.
3
bro.
in the living room.
It was literally 2
3
bedrooms.
In your room.
It was literally 2
3
bedrooms.
In another room. Unless somebody's sleeping in the bathroom in the tub.
But yo,
that's 3 per room.
I'm about to break this down for you, right? They don't remember when it was 5 people in a 2-bedroom house. Me and my brother had to share a room, bro. It's not even a full room. It was like a closet. It was like a oversized closet for real. And when we first got there, we had to share a bed, right? 9 times out of 10, I was sleeping on the floor because he was older, right?
Y'all wasn't sleeping head to foot?
No. It wasn't even a bed. It was like a twin size bed.
Oh, so it was no. If y'all slept head to foot, like y'all had to be like this. Don't move in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Foot might end up on your lip or something. Now you got a bump in the morning.
So
jeez.
So he would 9 out of 10. He would get the bed because he was older, and I would be on the floor. I had to lay down like 3 quilts just to lay comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until we finally got a bunk bed, and then we had a bunk
pallets bed. That's different sleep though.
Exactly.
When you make a pallet, and go to sleep, ooh, that sleep be busting.
Listen,
I might make a pallet tonight.
Nah, you lying. You ain't doing that. Your back can't do that.
I might make a pallet tonight.
They say they say that's good for your back though.
And my back be messed up though, so I be cool when I sleep on the floor. Now I slept on the floor a couple times recently, and I be cool getting up.
You be cool. Nigga be feeling refreshed.
And I be fresh now. But I be feeling cool though.
Feeling cool?
I be feeling cool. Like it's, and then we say all of that right to bring it back around.
Yeah.
To our main topic as being, don't never count out nobody else's struggle.
Exactly.
If you feel me, I believe in God. So if
for sure
God wanted us to all have the same struggle, then we all wouldn't struggle, because once one person figured it out, we all would.
Foolproof, right?
Yeah, everybody would just figure it out and do the same thing.
Exactly.
Everybody got different struggles.
You know what I'm saying? That's
supposed to happen at different times of life.
Right.
You feel me? So don't think that just because this person got this or got X, Y, and Z that they not struggling, or because you don't have anything that you struggling the hardest. There's always somebody who has it worse.
It's always somebody that has it way worse.
You feel me? So you might look around and be like, oh, I ain't had this or I ain't had that. You had this, you had that. That don't matter.
Right.
You feel me? Because you had this or you didn't have.
Or, right, I'm about to break it down, right? Or you may not have had this and the third. You may not have had what you wanted, but I guarantee you always had what you needed.
Yeah, that's facts. My mom used to always be like, I put a roof over your head and clothes on your back. It don't gotta be this one.
Stomach in your belly.
This one Arrow was popping. She like, it don't gotta be Aeropostale.
Oh man.
It could be Walmart.
Oh,
all it say is I gotta keep clothes on your back.
Yeah.
And I be like, man, that's deep. Or she'd be like, I be like, Mom, this is new game that come out. Can I get it? She be like, you want the game or you want the electric? And I remember one day I was like, I want the game. She said, stupid, how you gonna play the game with no electric?
I know you probably felt salty.
Super.
I know you probably.
Super. I don't even want that game.
I don't even want that game no more. That's okay. Cause
I didn't want that game.
No, such and such got it up the street. I'm gonna just go to his house and play it.
No, that's when I just had to save my money, go to Blockbuster and rent that, John.
Oh man.
Blockbuster was popping.
Blockbuster was popping on Friday night, bro.
You feel me? But we're gonna shout out our last sponsor.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Our producer.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? Our guy E, you feel me? From Garment Creations.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all tap in with him. He got his studio up here. He do t-shirts. So for merch. So we gonna have some merch coming soon. Don't worry about it. And he gonna be the one doing it for us. He do photography, like photo shoots up here in his studio. He gonna put all his information on here so that way y'all can tap in his Instagram, you feel me, Facebook, everything for y'all to be able to tap in. It's gonna be located at the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all get with him. Prices is cool, you feel me? Yeah, if y'all say we referred y'all, he might break us off with something. So make sure y'all say we referred y'all. He don't even know we was gonna say that.
But we had to throw that in there. Little shameless plug.
Yeah, Sirski. So make sure y'all tap in with him. You feel me? E from Garment Creations. He gonna get y'all right. Feel me? Eric?
Yes, sir.
What's you got up? Some e-vice or a park car conversation for the people for this week?
Yeah. So, I mean, this all going to tie into our topic. This all goes about the struggle, right? If you going through a struggle, it's okay to talk about it. As black men, right? We feel like we gotta be this macho man and we gotta be all cool and stuff like that. We just bottle up our emotions and bottle up what we feeling. Where in all actuality, bro, you're doing more harm to yourself than you are doing good by bottling up your emotions, right?
Right.
Because then you get to a point where you don't know how to express how you feel.
Right.
Right. And I was doing that at one point. It was like, yo, people ask me what's wrong. I'm like, yo, I know how I feel.
Usually by nothing.
Exactly. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. What's wrong? Nothing.
Just lying.
Knowing that, just not lying. Knowing that, like, I know how I feel. I just don't know how to put it into words, right? So it's okay to, as black men, we gotta, as black people in general, right? We gotta get out of this stigma of not talking to somebody or being like, yo, I'm not going to see no therapist. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to go see a therapist. It's all right to go talk about your problems. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to break these stigmas and stuff like that, right? So my advice is go talk to somebody. If you going through something, find somebody that you can relate to. It's a lot of therapists out here that's willing to work with you. And it's a lot of black therapists too. But even if it's not a black therapist, go find you a therapist. Go talk about your problems and go heal.
Go heal yourself. I like that. I like that.
Go get you some healing.
You feel me? And then
stop bottling that stuff up.
To tie into that, not saying that they don't gotta be a therapist because you feel me, they are licensed for that. Yeah. Or you could just start off by just expressing to somebody who you close with what you got going on.
What also helped me too, I started writing down how I was feeling, right? Because I didn't know how to put my thoughts into words. I've always been good with like creative writing. So I got me a little journal, got me a pen, and I just put my thoughts on the paper. And I would do this literally every day until I started feeling better, until I was able to be like, all right, this is how I feel. Now I know how to express this, right? And I've told this to a lot of people, and a lot of people be like, yo, that works. It's crazy how much writing works. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just one little technique to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go heal. Mental health is super important.
Men call that a journal. Women call that a diary.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I keep my journal on me at all times too. It's crazy.
Men call it a journal when they writing their feelings down. Yeah. I'm gonna write my journal. Woman, I'm writing my diary. Don't mean my diary.
Don't call it no diary.
Feel me? That's a shame that you try to sneak that in there. I got me a journal.
Nah, I do got a journal, bro. I keep that journal on me at all times. You got a man
diary.
That's cool. I take that.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not even just for that. Like whenever I get an idea for like the podcast and stuff like that, like that's why I keep it with me at all times.
So everything in your journal. Don't lose your journal.
Yeah, no, I can't lose that. I put everything in there. Like all my ideas, anything that I want.
Don't lose your journal. I thought you was about to say all my ID numbers and everything. I'm somebody about to scam you.
No,
we ain't even cool.
No, I can't do that.
Don't even say none of that. No, somebody gonna look for you in that journal.
Nah, I don't keep nothing. I don't keep none of that information in my journal. So if y'all try to snatch my journal up, you ain't gonna find nothing but some ideas. So I'm gonna copyright my ideas. So if you try to steal it, I'm suing. Stop playing with me.
Sheesh. So for the last subject of the day, Don't do it, Duke. I don't even got nothing like negative to say. Feel me? I just want everybody to accept everyone's struggle. That's it.
Okay.
Just accept it. It don't gotta be the biggest struggle in the world. You feel me? Just accept it. Like some stuff you don't really gotta accept, because some stuff you could be like, all right, you bugging now.
And it's not even necessarily accepting it. Just try to understand where everybody's viewpoint, right? Sometimes take yourself out of your situation and put yourself into somebody else's shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're not supposed to be in nobody else's shoes though.
No, I'm not saying you gotta. I'm just saying sometimes try to see things from somebody else's perspective.
I don't want nobody in my shoes. I don't even like somebody try on my shoes. Feel me? Also on shoes, man, I'm gonna say this. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing negative. He just brought it up and brought it to my attention. So I'm
don't do it.
Nah, I don't even care. Y'all keep buying these big old designer shoes and they is ugly.
And
that's on mamas. Them big Balenciagas, them big old fat shoes that like Skechers, they is weak. Y'all paying $300-$400 for them fat shoes and they weak. I don't even care. They $1,000. Oh, y'all paying $1,000 for the throwback Bobos? Y'all is tripping. G Fazos go with everything. Y'all, they $90. Buy them. I don't care about none of that designer stuff. Them shoes is corny. They is not there. They this thick. They make you go from 5'5" to 6 foot when you put them on. They is not meant for you.
Hey, hold on.
They not meant for you. I don't.
That's a little extra height though. I might look into
them
that.
Alexander McQueens. They just $400 Stan Smith Adidas. They are. No, they cool sometimes, but they $400 Stan Smith. So I want y'all to know what y'all paying for. I'm not hating because I can buy them. I could buy them shoes if I want. I'm just not doing it. It's not for me. And some of y'all don't even got no drip and y'all be putting them on and they be corny. I'm tired of y'all. I seen somebody in the mall one day with a white beater on, Adidas sweats with some $500 shoes. That was not there. Not there. He had his beater tucked in his Adidas sweats and his shoes this thick. He was already 6'2". By the time he put them on, he was 6'7". That is not, they is men heels. I'm out on y'all. That's it. I don't even got nothing else to say. I don't care. I don't care how y'all feel. I don't. I really don't. I'm cool up there.
Oh, you walking off?
I'm done.
You done?
I'm cool. Them shoes is this big. Come on, bro. Look at the Skechers shape ups and then look at the Balenci's.
Facts.
All the same.
All right, guys. This has been another episode of Back to the Basics podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube. You can follow us at Back to the Basics podcast on Instagram. You can follow me at itsme__EP.
Follow me __Jair, and I'm going to show y'all why y'all don't need to be wearing them shoes.
And we out.
You dig.
Yes, sir.